Hello. Let's go. Let's go. We've got a series now. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you come back in a game. That's how you keep playing. That's how you don't give up. That's how you don't change the way you're playing. Did they suddenly seem like they were chasing the goal? No, they kept playing the right way. Take care of the puck. Make sure things are going in the right direction. That's how you come back. That's how you play this team. They're getting so many things that they needed to get. And to be able to get them and now get it to go in the right direction, I understand. It was 2-1 late. It was looking really grim. But to keep playing the game, keep sticking with it, keep doing what they needed to do, that's how you recover in a series. Let's go. You look at the last 5 periods and you have to feel good about it. The style of play we wanted, it's working. It's working. There are moments they get. I get that. The power play is a nightmare. They're killing the Golden Knights. The 6-on-5, it's nervy. Fleury makes a big stop there. We got to get some more finishing. There's no doubt about it. They got to get more finishing. That third line, come on, somebody stick one in. But that's 5 periods in a row for the most part. Second period was a little tighter, but for the most part, that's 5 periods in a row where the Golden Knights have gotten the puck in deep, gotten in on the forecheck, taken care of it in the neutral zone, been good exiting their own zone. They're not getting eaten alive by the McKinnon line. They're doing what they need to do. This is what we needed to see. It's a long way back in this series, but this was the mandatory first step, and they took it in a huge way. And not only did they take it in a huge way, but they did it in demoralizing Colorado. That's a huge win. That's a big-time opportunity to get the crowd back into it, get feeling in the right direction, get going how you need to go. Absolutely brilliant. Needed to have it, and they got it. That's what I'm talking about. Let's put this on there. It's the first time I've had that on there since I've had that sitting there waiting. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. I know it was dicey. It looked scary. It didn't look good for a bit there. I get that. But damn, that's what we needed to see. And to get that goal, that Marchessault goal, yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of thing that Marchessault does. Give the guy a chance. Give him a chance. Give him an opportunity. Do what they need. I'm going back to this banner. Sorry, Conler. We're going back to this banner for a minute. Gary will be happy with it. We're leaving that one across the bottom for a bit. What a comeback win. Like, that's the type of game you wanted to see in the home game. They didn't get outside of their system. They didn't start panicking and start forcing pucks through the middle of the ice. They never really allowed Colorado's speed to get going. And the biggest piece of it, the matchups were won by the Golden Knights. They won the matchups. They were getting opportunities where Theodore and Pietrangelo were together. They had most of their minutes where Stone and Stevenson and Pacioretty are out there against McKinnon. This is what we needed to see. That's a game that Vegas played the right way. They were getting their opportunities. They weren't going, but they stuck with it. It's a 60-minute game. You got your opportunity. You didn't need to get bailed out by a power play. You made it happen. You took advantage of Grubauer having a little bit of a mishap there. I think he had 2 in a way, but those are going to happen. Those are going to happen. He's not as good as the Golden Knights goalie. I know he's been good this year. He's not as good as the Golden Knights goalie. Vegas is going to get bailed out more often than they are. He had a couple of them. Grubauer had a couple of them. What a wacky night, though. What a crazy night. What a game that, like, man, it was so fun having the full building, hearing that goal and hearing just the place go nuts and getting that second opportunity right behind it. Like, that was everything they needed. But I would be remiss if I didn't at least talk about the fact that Colorado's going to come back in this thing. That was not, and that has not been the best Colorado you can get. The Golden Knights deserve a ton of credit for making that be the case. Do not get me wrong. Do not put that in a different way. But they're going to play harder. They're going to be better. There's going to be more. The Golden Knights need to keep kicking it up. Keep taking it to the next level. Keep up that puck management. Keep up the good gaps. Keep making life boring in this game. That's what they need to see. Jonathan Marchessault, what a superstar. This guy comes up with massive goals when the Golden Knights need him, and he did it again here. Good save the first one, and then I don't think Grubauer knew where the puck was. Marchessault kept fighting, kept going, put it in. Big time goal. Huge goal. And Pacioretty, get your stick on it. Good stuff. Had to have it. That's the way you win these games. It didn't look good. It looked like the Golden Knights were going to lose this. There were some things that went against them, but they kept going in the right direction. It's a huge step in the right direction. Game 2, they played better than the Avs did for a majority of the game. They didn't get to the finish line. Game 3, they played better than the Avs did for a majority of the game. They looked like they might not get to the finish line. If it didn't happen, it was toast. So obviously, they needed to win that game. They got it. Huge. Had to have it. The next thing to me, the one piece that I think is very interesting and is going to be a huge, huge story moving forward through the rest of this series. The way the Golden Knights generated all of their goals. Really 2 of the 3, but in a way, it was kind of a play through neutral. Let's just make it 2 of 3. It's the Karlsson goal and the Pacioretty goal. Both of them. It's shots from the point. It's opportunities high to low and cleaning up the garbage in front. The Golden Knights are winning puck battles in front of the goal. They're doing it. They're doing exactly what they've struggled at. They're digging in, and they're doing it. Karlsson, awesome. What a play. Foot kicks it out to his stick, rips it in immediately. Great stuff. Pacioretty fighting in front, getting himself in the position, seeing that floater, getting his stick on it. That's what you want. Those are the types of goals that I don't think the Golden Knights would have really been banking on. I'm a little nervous about how they came, I will admit. I don't know if that's replicable through the next 5 games, or what are we? 4 games left in the series. Vegas has to win 3 of them. 4 games left in the series. I don't know if that's the way you want to be generating your offense, all of it. I think you'd rather find some seam passes, find some opportunities, hit some of these breakaways that are handed to you. Keep frustrating Colorado. Keep putting Colorado behind the 8 ball and making them have to come all the way at you, and then taking advantage of when they don't do the right things, when they put themselves in a bad position. That's what you want to see. That's what you need to see. That's good stuff, though. Being able to win those 2 puck battles in front of the goal, that makes you feel like maybe the offense is coming. It's going to be a tough series. Like, we knew that. It's not going to be a series the Golden Knights are going to be scoring 4 goals a night. They've got to hold Colorado down. They've done a great job of it. I cannot stress enough the importance of Mark Stone, Max Pacioretty, and Chandler Stevenson against Landeskog, McKinnon, and Rantanen. Those 3 have been awesome. When they haven't been out there, it's been a problem. That's a huge reason, I think, why some of these games at home are going to go better than some of the games on the road. We saw it today. They outchanced them. They outshot them. They outcreated them. They did everything they needed to do. McKinnon never got going. One time I really felt like McKinnon got going, and it was against a different line. Misfit line in that case. That's great stuff. It's a huge part of what we wanted to see. On the other side, Bednar was very, very critical. Real critical of his top guys, real critical of everybody up and down the lineup. And it's interesting to see what their response is going to be, because we all know it. If you're a Golden Knights fan, you know it. You've got to have game 4 now. You got game 3. We're there. We're right there. We're 1 game away from going back, and it's a 3-game series. But you got to remember, the Golden Knights have to win back-to-back games twice in this series. When you go down 2, you got to do it twice. It's the way it goes. If it happens to you, you've got to do it twice. So it's going to be tough. They're going to have to win the next one, and then they're going to have to win 2 at some point beyond that. And if they win 3 in a row, then that's 2 in a row, 2 whatever. You figured out what I was saying. That's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of stuff we need to see. Much better game. Like even in game 2, they're creating a lot of dangerous chances. They're really, to me, frustrating Colorado more than they did in game 2. That's huge. That's a huge part of it. I want to talk about some lineup stuff on the other side of this. Today's Periscope and all Periscopes are brought to you by Conler & Associates CPAs. Have questions about unemployment, stimulus checks, tax extensions, amendments to your taxes? Conler has got you hooked up. Go to conlercpa.com. Tell them SinBin sent you. They'll hook you up with a free consultation. Do you want someone to run your QuickBooks so you don't have to do it anymore? The Conlers will do it for you, and they're amazing at it. So much better than you are. Definitely better than I am. ConlerCPA.com. Go there. Tell them SinBin sent you. They'll hook you up with a free consultation, and they are amazing. Okay. Let me turn this off. Let's take some comments here. Yeah. It was wild in there. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. To feel what that atmosphere was again, to remember what it felt like. We missed the opening. The opening was weak. It happens. They don't have the ability to go on the ice. It's okay. It wasn't as good, but I wanted to, I thought there might have been a lot of guys toe picking, a lot of weird stuff. Stone fell in the middle of the ice. Graves took himself out, fell real hard into the boards. There's an argument to be made that maybe White Cloud did that to him. I don't know. I think a lot of people's are. Mine are too. I think that's why I'm screaming right now. Those 2 goals, like that's the magic. That's the type of thing. That's what reminds us that like this is a legit franchise. This is everything we've been saying. I know they're behind the 8 ball in this series. I know they've got to overcome something, but upsets happen. And it's not that big of an upset. It's a big one now that they were down 2-0, but it's not that big of an upset. This team can play with the Avs. They just have to continuously play the right way, and they did it today. They frustrated the fuck out of the Avs in this game. That's awesome. That's everything you're asking for. They had to do it. It's so great. Yes, it might have been. I think one of the loudest the arena's ever been was right before game 1 of the Cup final, but that was close. I mean, Marchessault's goal, I felt like the reaction was like late. Like everybody didn't know it was in. Pacioretty's goal, everybody knew was in, and it went nuts. Like that was fantastic. I would guess that the Golden Knights are probably, I had a hiccup there in the middle of, it's like sheepy something going on. Let's see if I can get the William Hill Mobile Sports app odds for the next game. I would imagine the Golden Knights are a slight favorite. That's exactly what it is. The Golden Knights are a slight favorite, -115, -105 Colorado. I do think it's important to remember. Yes, I was there. The Avs are going to come back with more. That was not the best they can be. Golden Knights deserve a ton of credit. Golden Knights frustrated them. They couldn't get around the frustration. Huge. But there's no doubt you're going to get more out of a team that's just been challenged by their head coach. A team that had won 5 games in a row that then didn't. A team that had this game won. It was 2-1. They got a dangerous shot. Saad hit the bar. That guy scored goals in 5 games in a row. That goes in. It's 3-0. I'm in big trouble. The answer to this question is yes. The Golden Knights can keep playing this way. It's about commitment to me. It's about commitment to taking care of the puck. Being aware that we cannot be chasing goals. Even when they were down, they cannot chase goals. And I didn't think they did. There was like one moment in there where I thought, oh man, they're opening it up a little bit. This is going to get interesting and probably bad real quickly. But then the next shift, it shut right back off. Get the puck in and remember that shots on goal are better than passes. And that sounds stupid. It sounds simplified. But if you make a bad pass, they're going to go the other way. They're going to create a chance. They're going to cause a penalty. They're going to score on you. They're dangerous in transition. So getting the puck to the goalie, to the back glass, getting the cycle game in, forcing them to defend, forcing them to work all the way out of your zone, through your neutral zone, up above, over the good gaps. If the Golden Knights do that, this is an even to slightly benefiting Vegas series. I don't know if they're going to win 4 games out of 5. I don't know if they're going to win 3 of the next 4. It's a tall task, but we'll feel so much better about ourselves going into the offseason, understanding that there's not a lot that this team can do. We're going to feel so much better about ourselves if they keep playing this way, even if it doesn't go our way. If it does, this team's going to win the cup. Like, they're going to have the answer to how to play to Tampa, how to play against Tampa. They shouldn't have any problem with Montreal, if that's who it is, which I would guess it will be if we get there. That's something to be said. Where was the comment I was looking for here? Oh, I can't find it. Somebody put a comment about McNabb. There it is. So it's unknown what's actually going on with McNabb, even where he is. I'm not even sure that he's in Las Vegas, because I think if you test positive and you're in St. Paul, Minneapolis, or Minnesota, or whatever the hell the place is called, I've never been there. Don't really have any interest in going there. Sorry, Minnesota people. Have no interest. But I think if you test positive there, you're supposed to quarantine, and I believe he's supposed to be stuck there. So it wouldn't shock me if he's not even in Vegas and hasn't been in Vegas. So we'll see what happens there. As far as I'm concerned, it's a pretty easy decision of who comes out if you have to take somebody out. If you're suddenly in the belief that McNabb can go for the next game, the guy that comes out, it's a no-brainer. It's Haig. And he's had some moments. I've liked some of the things we've seen from Haig in moments, but you can't take Holden out right now. The minutes he's playing with Theodore, the way he's jumping in the play offensively, his ability to get the puck out, the way he's skating back to pucks, he's been good. He's been real good. I agree with Max Pacioretty that he's playing the best hockey we've ever seen from him, and he's playing against a team that let him go. He was on this team for a little while. So, to me, he's the guy that has to go out, if that's the case. I don't know what they're going to do, though. If it's me and all of a sudden McNabb's available for tomorrow or for Sunday, I don't think I'm playing him. I really don't. I don't think I'm messing with what I've got, which brings me to the other topic, the obvious other topic. And that's this one. There's no fucking way he can go back in the lineup. There's just no way. It makes no sense to put him back in the lineup. There's no way. They're going to do it. I'm assuming they're going to do it because that's what they do. But it makes no sense. The fourth line has been better than when he was on it. I don't think they're dominating. They're not going to dominate. They're probably not going to score. And, fourth line comes up with one the other way. That hurt. It's the third line I want the goals from. Where's Nick Waugh? Can I get a goal somewhere from Nick Waugh, please? All Tuck's doing. And I think Sekera's doing the best he can. I need more from Nick Waugh. And if Noshik were healthy, if that were the case, if Noshik's available, sure, let's go with him. I would put him in over Waugh immediately. I'm not taking Brown out, that's for sure. I no interest in that. I just think it's a tough situation if you decide you've got to put Reeves back in. Is Kolazar the one that goes? I can't make that argument. Is Brown the one that goes? Is Sekera the one that goes? If Sekera comes out and then up to the third line goes Carrier or Kolazar, what are you going to expect out of that line? So to me, there's no fucking way you put this guy back in. The one game you played poorly, he was in it. Probably wasn't his fault. It's his fault they got 9 minutes of penalties, but it wasn't his fault they lost game one. That's for damn sure. But I just don't see any way you can come back with it. I don't see any way Fleury's not playing the rest of them. It's just if they lose one, the way that it's going to go from here, if they're going to lose the series, which is the way that you would be in a situation where you would want to put Leonard back in at some point, they're going to have to lose a game somewhere. I think even if Fleury throws up one bad game, the only way I could see Leonard possibly getting back in there, and first of all, we don't even know where he is. Where is he? We haven't seen him on the ice at all. So, but the only way would be Fleury has a stinker, they lose. Fleury has another stinker, and they somehow overcome it and win. Then you could potentially get it. But I think Leonard would have to come in relief there. And as long as he's not on the bench, he's not an option. Just no way. So it's I would have to agree on this case. He's a non-story. The only part of the story that Leonard is right now is he's $5 million on the bench that you could use for Dylan Sekera's place. or Nick Waugh's place. That's all he is. Like, I don't know. I don't know what else to put, how else to say about it. How am I not happy enough? I'm pumped. That's a huge win. Like, the series is over if they don't get those 2 goals. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, that's awesome. Marchessault, again, this is the 3rd time. The 3rd time this dude has done this. Had a season-saving goal 3 times in his career. I don't think anyone on the Golden Knights, except for maybe once, William Karlsson has one. Year 1 against 4 times. I'm remembering now. Let me go back through them. Here's the season-saving goals in the history of the Golden Knights. Game 3 in San Jose, season 1. Golden Knights go to overtime. They had lost game 2 on a bullshit goalie interference play, which was Marchessault's stick running into the stick. But that one, Karlsson gets the pass from Neal, hammers one home. Golden Knights win. Season saver, I think, because if they lose that one, you're heading into game 4. The confidence is probably nowhere near where it should have been at that point. That's a season saver. The next one, Winnipeg, game 2. Marchessault scores a couple goals. I would put them together to say those ones saved the Golden Knights season. You go down 2-0, you're probably out of that series. San Jose, game 7. Marchessault, again, down by 1 after giving up 4 on the power play because of the bullshit penalty. He scores with the empty net. Unbelievable goal. Great goal. Saves the season again. This year, Minnesota, game 2, they score. Vegas has not been scoring. You lose that game. You don't get that quick response in that game. What does that series look like now that you know that it went game 7? Marchessault scores the goal, gets the play, makes Johansson look bad, gets that big-time goal. This time, what a play. What an effort to keep going. That's Jonathan Marchessault. That's why this guy is so loved in this city and why he has always been one of my favorites, because he never stops trying to score. Yes, there are moments where he does dumb shit. I would probably do dumb shit too. You've seen my Periscopes. I get mad sometimes too. He does dumb shit sometimes, but he also does amazing shit sometimes. And that's the type of thing that you needed. Then your big gun comes through. The guy that needed it. The guy that needed to get a goal in this game. He was awesome in this game. Max Pacioretty was stupendous in this game. He should have probably been my number 1 star. He was the number 1 star in the game in the arena. But to me, without Marchessault's goal, I don't know that Pacioretty's ever happens, because it was getting late there. We were starting to look at clock. You were starting to think 3-0. And you were really starting to think, damn it, we just outplayed this team for 5 straight periods and lost 2 games in it. But it didn't happen. And the reason it didn't happen is because of the player that Jonathan Marchessault is. What a big-time play. Man, that's a big play. I don't know what that is. Who's yapping at my work? You're watching the thing now. Who's mad at me? I don't know why anybody's mad at me. Maybe not excited enough. I don't know. Okay, moving forward. So, game 4. First things first. The first 10 minutes, the first 15 minutes are going to be crucial, because this is probably going to be some of the best you're going to see out of Colorado. I would imagine that they're going to come back hard. I would imagine that they're going to try to put together a bigger game, put together that heavy effort, try to get their 4 lines rolling, try to do the right things, get some good things going early in the games. I do not drink. I don't know who's saying that I drink. I think this is going to be that moment where the Golden Knights are going to have to bend. Be real conservative. I'm trying to get through that first period tied. That's where I want them. Because I think the further it goes tied, the better off the Golden Knights are. I'll just put this one up here over the banner real quick. What do I think of Bednar's comments, top line against top line? I think Bednar's aware that they're losing. They're losing right now. They're winning based off of getting some power play opportunities, but at 5-on-5, Vegas is beating them. And it's happening because Mark Stone and the line are taking away their top line. It's happening in a big, big way. And it's been a huge reason why the Golden Knights are back in this series. They've got a long way to go. I think that's important. Go to bed tonight pumped. Don't get me wrong. Go to bed tonight jacked about how this game went. They rescued their season. There's no question about it. That thing just went from a 4-game series to hopefully 6 or 7. That's where we're headed, I think, now. That's because the Golden Knights got 2 massive goals and then defended their own end like they've done all season long. When the other team pulls the goalie, it's over. Golden Knights win. That's all it's been all year long. What a fucking save by Fleury. What a save. This dude has sniped him twice upper corner, and he decides to go low, and Fleury stops it. What a stop that is. Unbelievable. I'm ranting it. And I had somebody in my Twitter say, like, how is that guy wide open? I'll tell you how that guy's wide open. They have more players than the Golden Knights have on the ice. That's why that guy's wide open. Somebody has to be wide open. They overcommit to the board battle. I get why. That's what you're looking for when you're short a player. Go into that corner. Go win it. They lost it. But the big thing is McKinnon. They've bottled him up. And the reason why they're bottling him up is because that top line, and I know people are upset about some of the offense that the Golden Knights top line is creating or not creating. They got a goal today. This was as good as you can ask. Everything you can ask for, the Golden Knights top line did today. Max Pacioretty scored. Max had another chance on a breakaway. There were a couple of other chances in there, but for the most part, how many times were they out there for a dominant shift by McKinnon? It just didn't happen. It just didn't happen. So that's awesome. That's amazing. And that's the type of thing that I'm going to write about tomorrow. I'm going to write about it. You got to see the numbers. It's amazing what they're doing. Even the game they lost 7-1. It's amazing what Stone, Pacioretty, and Chandler Stevenson are doing. They're taking them out of the game. And it's allowing the second line, the third line, and the fourth line to have opportunities, to not have to play against them, to not have to have these tough opportunities. That's what we want to see. That's exactly what we want to see. They're doing a great job. Can they keep it up? I don't know. I hope so. 3 games tells you they should be able to. But now, Bednar's laid down the challenge. He's laid down a challenge to his top guys. If Vegas stops them in game 4, after this challenge that Bednar has laid down to his top line, look out. Look out. The Golden Knights are right there. That's all it takes. That's what's great about 7-game series. 1 win turns everything. I'm not a momentum guy. I'm really not. In fact, I would probably argue I'm the opposite when it comes to game. It's easier to be on the losing end to help you win the next game, in my opinion. Just how it seems to go. But with the belief of what's been going on here, of how the Golden Knights have bottled up that top line, with now this challenge that's being set in front of their top line, and I would argue their second line as well. Burakovsky, Donskoy, they're not doing much. Jost had the goal, but they're not doing a lot. So, to me, that first 10 minutes, even the first 20 minutes, it's crucial. You've got to make sure Saad's been good. Saad's almost scored again. Saad almost set the series on fire. Like that, I can't blame him at all. I think Burakovsky's the one that scares me the most. He's the one that I think can create more offense that hasn't in this series. I expect him to be better as we go on. I think the level is going to increase from Colorado. But as their level increases, kick the table there. Vegas's can increase as well. Vegas can play with this team. They're going to have to finish more, though. Like, we can't avoid that fact. We almost got to the end of this game with the Golden Knights not being able to finish again. We almost got there. So luckily, Marchessault comes through, has the big-time play. I think it's a gaffe from Grubauer as much as anything. The first stop's a great one, but then I think he was too lazy to get back to his own post. I don't think he knew where the puck was. He's looking around trying to find the puck where he should be busting his butt back to the post. You'll never see Fleury do that. Fleury's never go off the post. When he's off the post, he busts his butt to get back there because he knows if I don't find the puck, as long as I'm on the post, I got a better shot to make this save. I didn't think Grubauer did that in that case. The other one, great play. Flip the puck towards the goal, get the stick on it, make something happen. Love it. Absolutely love it. I'm going to turn the Conler ad off to get to a couple things, but do not forget to show some love to Conler and Associates CPAs. Go to Conler CPAs. Even if you're just telling them how much you love these Periscopes, please do that. It goes a long way for me, and they love it as well. For me, special teams in this series is about trying to stay even. You just got to stay even. So it hasn't been happening. They're drowning in special teams. So in this case, it's like try to stay off of it. I think today the issue was entries. They just sucked entering, and they just didn't seem confident entering. And then when they finally got in, there were a lot of bobbled pucks, mistakes, different things that hurt you. And I don't think you're going to suddenly be able to rely on the Golden Knights power play. I just don't. It's not going to get that much better. Can they steal a goal in a game? Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Like a bad power play is still going to hit at 12%. So keep getting the opportunities, keep drawing the penalties, and things will happen. I would love to see it. I would love to see if it does make a difference because that means we get to game 7. And if you told me we get a game 7 right now, I'm all in for it. Hell yes. Give me game 7 because I don't think Vegas is winning 4 in a row. So give me game 7. So yeah, I would love to see what Kadri's difference makes. I believe by rule, the Golden Knights have to wear the same jerseys throughout all of it. I think that's the NHL rule. I'm not 100% certain on that, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. I wouldn't quote me on that as saying like I'm positive that is what it is, but I definitely do believe that that's key. The first time them losing. So, yeah, I mean, it was going to be hard for them to win 8 straight. If you're looking at like if we flipped the script here and we're all hoping that Colorado wins, some people think I am. I'm definitely not. Just because I think they're the better team doesn't mean I want them to be the better team. Like I still don't understand that. Like, do you all realize how much more money and like engagement I get if the Golden Knights win? Like if the Golden Knights season ends next week, like it's not good for me. It's not good for anyone. Like, why is that good? And like, except for my buddies over at DNVR, I'll be happy for them. But no, I don't want Colorado to win. But if we flipped it and Vegas had swept through the first round and had won 2 games at home and now lost 1 on their home ice, I don't think we're losing our minds here. We really don't. It's like, well, we won 6 in a row and then they lost 1. So I don't think they're in any position to kind of be losing it necessarily. But hearing some of the comments from Bednar, like he's challenging his team. He wants more. He doesn't want this series to go deep because he knows the deeper it goes, the more the games can look like that. And if the game looks like that, it's a coin flip. It really is. It really is a coin flip. And the Golden Knights made it happen coming back on the coin flip. To me, officiating is always going to suck. Like, you got to be aware that every single postseason, every single series, it's going to be terrible. The reason for that is the game's too damn fast. Refs aren't good enough. You can't find refs good enough because the game's too fucking fast. And they're not good. They don't rely on replay. There should be a guy sitting in the replay booth every single time there's a penalty, looking at it saying, yep, that's a penalty, or nope, that's not a penalty. They don't have it yet. We'll get there. We'll get there eventually. But until then, to me, the only one that I had somewhat of an issue with today is I thought it was a trip on Whitecloud. The stick's in between his legs, and then he shoves him over the stick. I don't know how that's not a trip. They're looking right at it. I know the broadcast kind of said maybe not. To me, the stick's in between the legs. Once the stick's in between the legs, if the guy goes toppling over it, you're going to want to call a trip there. So that's kind of where I'm at. This is a very interesting point. And it's going to come down to response. Because to be honest, like, the Golden Knights' response was good. They lost game 1. And there was some yapping about Reeves and all that, and that's kind of how that one went down. And then they came back and they played much better. First period wasn't, but they played much better. In this game, they're yapping about the refs and embellishment and all that. And this game, they played better. They played even better. To me, they played better tonight than they even did in game 2. So that part of it's exciting. But as a whole, it is interesting how Bednar is going right at his players, saying, we need more, we need more. And that's the part of, let's see how Vegas responds to it. I'm not sure the Golden Knights can win if you get the absolute best game out of Colorado. But I think the Golden Knights have a say in whether we're going to get the best game out of Colorado. Like, if you let them have their best game, they'll kill you. They'll kill you. But if you play the style the Golden Knights are willing to play, and to me, it's actually working better than I thought it would. Yes, we need finishing. Come on, fellas. Tuck, stick one in. Stone, I need one. I need these breakaways. Like, they're going to need these to win all 3 of the next 4 games. Like, they're going to need them. They can't rely on banking the puck off of Grubauer's ass. I don't think they can rely on flinging pucks from the point and scoring that way. I really don't. But, I need to put up a new thing. But I will say this. When the Golden Knights are playing conservatively, when they're following the blueprint that I thought they needed to follow, and like part of it, I'm not trying to take credit for it. It was obvious what the Golden Knights needed to do. They have to have good gaps. They have to manage the puck. They have to get it in deep. All of these things are obvious. This isn't like I'm some brilliant hockey mind to see this. No, that's all they can do because they're not as fast as this team. They're probably not as skilled as this team. Does not mean they can't win. They just won this one. They just had a damn good shot of winning the last one. They've got a damn good shot of winning the next one. But when they're playing this way, they're actually generating more than I thought they would, which is super, super exciting. I'm starting to feel like it can happen. I know, like I don't want to go overboard because after game 2, we're all nervous about it. But I was pretty positive after game 2, I felt. I'm very positive after game 3. Keep playing that game. Keep staying committed to that. Do that. Maybe it can happen. Shout out again to Conler & Associates CPAs for sponsoring all these Periscopes. Thanks to StreamYard for making these Periscopes not look like shit anymore. Way to go. 2 thumbs up for them. They're fantastic. I'm pumped about that. You're well worth my $20. They can have that $20 anytime they want. What do we have? Tomorrow, I'm going to write about that matchup. There were some good quotes in the post game about how they're slowing them down, how they're forcing them to defend, how they're taking away their speed. I think the matchup is crucial. And this is something I did want to bring up today. DeBoer said, we're not a matchup team. The matchups aren't that important. Like, I'm hoping that's just a lie to the camera. He has to believe that the matchups are important. Because if he doesn't, he's going to go away from them. And if he goes away from them, guess what's going to happen? They're going to start losing again. Because if you let McKinnon get going, this team's going to lose. They need Stevenson and Stone out there as often as physically possible. And if they can get that in game 4, in this home game, maybe they'll win it. And if they win it, we're going back up there, and we'll see how often that Bednar takes them away from them. See how often he puts them up against the Misfits, trying to steal against the bottom 6. He didn't really try to do it in the first couple of games. He just kind of threw them out there when he thought fit. Thought it was the right time. Whatever. You guys counter with whatever you want. Doesn't really make a difference. I'm not all that worried about it. I think he's going to start worrying about it because they haven't been good enough. They've been bottled up, and the Golden Knights are doing a good job. So we'll write about that. I'm going to do a Twitter space tomorrow. Let you guys have some say. We'll do that tomorrow, probably afternoonish would be my guess. It will not be dinner time. I think I'm going to make some risotto for Miss Abby tomorrow. Pumped about that. Grill up a nice steak, make some risotto, get some nourishment. I make a fucking great Parmesan risotto. Chop the onions, get the garlic, little white wine in there. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But it's about all I'm good at making. I can make like rice-a-roni, which is another kind of risotto, and risotto. My steaks can be good. I'm hit or miss. I'm hit or miss on the steaks. Hopefully tomorrow's turns out well. And I'll make another one maybe Monday. Got to buy 2 from Trader Joe's. Buy your steaks at Trader Joe's. They're really good. Steaks at Albertsons and Smith's, bad. Everything else at Albertsons and Smith's, good. Steaks at Trader Joe's, fantastic. Everywhere else, bad. So we'll have the Twitter space tomorrow. We're going to have Carp's article in the morning on Sunday. His is about kind of the key top players coming to play. I think he's had a great point on that. Marchessault, Fleury, Carlson, Smith. We need more from Theodore. Where's Theodore? When's Pietrangelo going to make a huge impact? In many ways, he's scaring me in his own end. So I'd like to see more from that. Maybe I'll make Jason write something. I don't know. Podcasts are probably not coming back until the series is over, so don't get don't expect anything from that. It'll probably be mostly Twitter Spaces until then. So again, we'll do that tomorrow. I don't know what the day is going to look like, so I don't have a time yet. I'm probably going to sleep in. I think there's a practice that I'm going to go to. We'll see how that goes. I guess that's really just for who's on the ice. I don't know that we're going to see much, if they even practice. I might not even go. What's the point? I'm not going to go. I'm going to sleep in. If I'm awake, I'll go. There you go. This is how decision-making happens here at SinBin.vegas. I literally just have fights in my own head. Do I want to sleep or do I want to go to practice? I'll probably go. So I think it's going to be at 11:30, but nobody's going to be out there. That's it. Let's turn on the banner again. Yes. Yes. Golden Knights win. Right back in it. Right back in it. Got to win game 4, though. Got to be even better in game 4 than they win in game 3. But huge. Fuck yeah, that building was awesome. I loved that building tonight. Phenomenal. That goal by Pacioretty, that is fire. I love that building. It's what got so many people, myself included. Like, I was pumped about hockey in Vegas. I was pumped that people were following. But to hear that crowd, that first goal at T-Mobile, the no-shit goal, I'll never forget it my entire life. That building is electric. It's fucking awesome. And to get 100% in there, to get rid of the goddamn masks. Please do that for the media now. Awesome. Loved it. What a great game. What a great goal. What a great comeback. Now build on it. They're going to push back. They're going to come back hard at you. Build on it. Play conservative early. Force them to get frustrated again, and then take your chances and capitalize a little bit better than they did before. Thanks again to Conlon Associates CPAs. That is it. I am